Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Mattyocre and welcome to episode 2 of Matty's Deck of the Week. So today we're going to be doing a deck focused on pretty much my favorite card from Dark Frontier. And we'll get to that in a second, but I just want to do a couple of quick reminders or I guess an update on what's coming up in this series. So we have the new set, the Flame of Zolta, I want to say it's called. I hope that's accurate. And it's coming probably at the end of this month, maybe like week 3, tail end of week 3 of September here. So we have probably 2 to 3 more episodes left before we actually get the new set. So I think I'm going to be playing a couple of old favorites that I built a while ago and have recently updated with some Dark Frontier and also some Defiance cards. And we're just going to play around with those. They may not be the best for ladder right now, but they're very fun. And we're going to see if we can make them work. But I think it's a cool thing to do in the meantime until we get to the new set, and then we're going to be brewing a bunch of different decks around cards in the new set. I am super excited for the new set. It's always a fun time. We're going to get spoilers soon, which is exciting. So a lot of cool stuff coming up in Eternal, and I'm very excited to see what we get in the new set and what we get to start brewing around. So today we're going to be playing even Sentinels. It's built around Evenhanded Golem. This is not a deck that I built myself. I saw people playing this on ladder and thought it was a really cool idea. I really like Sentinels, and it's one that I wanted to try out. So I went on to Eternal Warcry and found a list that I really liked. This one is from Prime Temps. He apparently got the original list from Hanoth and kind of streamlined it, made it a little more Sentinel focused, and I tried it out and really enjoyed it, and this is the deck that we're playing for Deck of the Week. So this is a Sentinels deck built around Evenhanded Golem, which when you have no odd cards in your deck, draws you 2 cards when you play it, which is absolutely amazing. It used to be even better when it did not have Voidbound. The nerf is real, but it's still a really strong card. Just drawing 2 for a 2/2 for 2 is really, really nice. Definitely one of the strongest cards in the deck for any deck that is played in. As long as you have all even cards, it is a powerhouse. And as you can see, I crafted premiums. Like I said, it's one of my favorite cards from Dark Frontier, probably my favorite actually. So I've played a bunch of different variants of this Evenhanded Golem, and this one is a lot of fun. So this is the deck we'll be showcasing this week. So we of course have Evenhanded Golem, and as a result we can only have even cards. So going along with the Evenhanded Golem, for drawing 2 cards, we've got Friendly Wisp, which works really well with Sentinels because a lot of them have a lot of attack. And when you have Friendly Wisp on board and you play something with 5 or more attack, you get to draw 2 cards as well. So these two kind of go hand in hand. Wisp is almost like the backup Evenhanded Golem, and it's pretty good. I mean, chipping in with a 1/1 flyer is usually pretty nice, but it's mostly there just for the card draw. We've also got Trailmaker to ramp and help us with our influence because you can gain an influence of your choice. Then we have Sandstorm Titan to lead it off with the Sentinels and with the things that have 5 attack or more. Just a very good unit. Units can't fly when you have it on board, and with exactly Friendly Wisp as our only flying unit, it definitely becomes very relevant to have this card. Shutting down flyers is a big deal for us, so definitely good to have this around. And a 5/6 endurance for 4, it's been around forever, it's been strong forever, and it remains so, and that's why it's in the deck. Then we got Yushkov, just another really strong unit, helps against charging units because of exhausting enemy players' units when they come into play. And it also has a really good ultimate that lets you ramp. It gives you +1 power the turn after you play it, and then anything that it exhausted from a unit being played by your opponent adds an additional power to that. So this can ramp you for sometimes 2, 3, maybe even 4 if you're lucky. Usually it's only 1 or 2, but it can be pretty significant, and that helps us get to our big stuff very quickly. And next we have Heart of the Vault, which is another one that triggers the Friendly Wisp, and it's just really, really strong. You can warp it, you deal 2 damage to an enemy, and you draw a card and reduce its cost by 2. 6/6 for 6. It's just an amazing card. It's been around for almost as long as Sandstorm Titan. I think it's set 2 maybe. Very, very strong card, and pretty much an auto include in any Sentinels deck, and this one is no exception. Next we have Tempered Sentinel, which I really like this version for only having 2 of. I think you can maybe go a little bit heavy on this card, although it can be very good, but I think 2 is probably the sweet spot for this card. Being able to bond with like a Sandstorm Titan or Heart of the Vault, something you've already played and basically playing it for free, is really nice to get a 5 attack charger in. There's a lot of times it just gets killed by a block or by a torch, but it's pretty strong, and I think at 2 of, it's in a really good spot. Next we have Waystone Titan, which is just a really, really strong card. I have really enjoyed playing with this card in various shells, and man, having a 5/7 charger is nice, and when it hits the enemy player, it gets you get +6 power this turn, so you could play this even if it doesn't get in on the turn that it attacks. The next turn, if you have like 7 power, or 6 even if you don't find your power the turn after you play this, if this connects, you get up to 12 power, you can easily play your really big stuff. It's super nice, and just having a really aggressive charging unit is always a good thing, so this is definitely a good include. Next we have Great-Kiln Titan, which is a personal favorite of mine, and be on the lookout for the videos in the coming weeks. I have another deck that is near and dear to me. It's actually my favorite deck of all time, and will be one that we'll be playing in the next couple weeks that features this card as well. It's just an amazing card. When you play a relic, you deal damage equal to its cost to an enemy. That's usually not the most relevant text. The most relevant text is at the end of your turn, you play the top card of your deck, which can sometimes be other Great-Kiln Titans, can be Waystone Titan, could be Novaquake Titan, which I guess you don't really want it to be Novaquake Titan, but it's still pretty big. Could be Heart of the Vault, could be Evenhanded Golem. Basically, anything you get off of this that's not a power is really good, and even sometimes hitting a power is good. I mean, just ripping a power off the top and digging deeper for hopefully more action is never a bad thing. And a 9/7 for 8 is super strong as well, so love this card, and it's very strong in this deck. And then we have the 1 of Novaquake Titan, which can bond with another Sentinel and then silences each enemy unit, puts them into the enemy hand, and then you draw a card for each of your relics, which the drawing card for each of your relics doesn't always matter that much. It's just, you kind of just win the game if you can bond this, depending on how many Sentinels you have on board and what obviously the life total situation is, but this can just be a backbreaking card and a pretty easy include. And it is only a 1 of, so it's very expensive, but the bond obviously helps with that. And if you can get it off when you have a board full of Sentinels, it is an amazing way to finish off a game. And then for attachments, we have 2 Porcelain Mask. It's just kind of a way to get a little extra damage from Great-Kiln Titan, or way to draw a little bit extra with Novaquake Titan. And giving your big units Overwhelm is super nice. Like, none of these naturally have Overwhelm, so giving them Overwhelm is really, really nice. They have a lot of attack, so getting over the opponent's blockers and having that ability to swing through blockers is really nice. And silencing a unit is super effective as well in a lot of situations. But that's another one that I think is really solid as a 2 of. You don't need 4 of these. It's just a really nice relic to have when you have it. And again, giving big stuff Overwhelm is super nice. And then we have Power Stone to shore up our power situation. Basically another way like Trailmaker to get an extra maximum power, and it's harder to interact with, so it's a really effective piece of ramp. It's been really strong ever since it's been in the format, and definitely a good include here. And you know, sometimes you can get a couple damage in with Great-Kiln Titan or draw an extra card. And then we've got Conflagrate and Purify as our interaction. Both of them deal 3. Purify additionally will silence the unit, so sometimes is relevant. And then we have Conflagrate, which has Amplify to potentially hit more units. If you have 7 power, you can hit 2 things for 3, which is pretty sweet. And then pretty much your standard Praxis power base. We got Crest, Banner, and Insignia. No Seat, which makes sense because we are only running 2 Fire Sigils. And we've got Granite Waystone and Amber Waystone as just extra value. getting tokens is good, and gaining some extra life can be good. Sometimes you get a little bit behind, so that extra life can really be relevant. And then we've got Amber Coin as well, just another way to generate tokens, and you don't really care about depleted power in this deck. You don't have anything on the odd turns, so if you have 2 power already, if you have 4 power already, playing something that's depleted doesn't usually matter all that much. The only time it does is if you ramp on those turns, but that usually doesn't end up being that big of a deal. And in general, you don't really care about depleted power in this deck, so having these things that do come in depleted, or I guess there aren't that many, but having the coin, it doesn't really end up being that big of a deal most of the time. So definitely a good thing to have these little tokens to be able to get chip damage in, to chump in the early game. Definitely relevant cards to have, so very nice power base here. And that is Evenhanded Sentinels. So we are going to run this through a few games and see if we can get some wins. All right, here we go for game 1. I mean, we have interaction, we have a friendly Wisp, we need something we can play in the meantime. I think it's still keepable. We do have a Crest, so we can play Crest to see what we have on top, and then we can play Insignia and Wisp, and hopefully we find like a Sandstorm Titan maybe. Insignia is fine. Honestly, we need to be able to get to our Heart of the Vault. So anytime we can find power is a good thing. Would definitely love to find a Sandstorm Titan though. It's really going to open this up for us. Okay, Dark Wisp. Another friendly Wisp, honestly, is kind of good. It's going to give us a lot of cards if they continue to live. Seems likely they have Vara's Favor, but we'll see. We are obviously not going to be trading. We want these to live so we can draw a million cards. Alright, well, drawing power, not ideal, but also not horrible, and I think we are going to kill this. Make sure they can't draw a card and can't do anything fancy to sacrifice it and get the card draw anyway. And we have the backup Purify for now, this 2/2, which is great. And hey, drawing power, not a terrible thing. We want to get to our Heart of the Vault, and we can get it next turn. So we're in pretty good shape, especially if they continue to not have a way to interact with our flyers. Drawing 5 next turn because the Heart of the Vault also draws seems pretty sweet. Would love for that to actually happen. This is completely fine. We'll just sacrifice one of these little Granitans. Banner, Titan. Alright, well Titan's a little late to the party. Not really that big of a deal though. Let's get him with both. Gain a little bit of life. Play this. I think we just ping their face. Draw 4. And then draw something with this cost reduced by 2. Okay, Banner being the thing reduced by 2, not super relevant since it has no cost, but still fine. That means Dark Return almost definitely. I think we just let it go. Mercenary, okay. Another Waystone Titan is very good. Alright, we'll play Waystone Titan and everything minus the Granite. So if they really want to run one in front of that, that's fine. We are putting them massively under pressure here. And I think we'll gain some life as well. They can get him for 3 if they want. I don't know if that's a great play, but we will see what they do. Another Mercenary, okay. Well, I mean, we have another Waystone Titan, so I think it's everything. We don't really care about this. Jump and... oh, double block? Well, you're dead then? Okay. Alright, we got the win. Very nice. Great way to start it off. Alright, here we go for game 2. Up to 1-0 so far. You know, this is not the kind of hand you want. Novaquake Titan in the opener, generally not something you want to be seeing. This is very similar to the previous hand, and it worked out. I think we keep it. Maybe we'll get lucky this time we actually draw the Sandstorm Titan. that would be pretty phenomenal. You know? Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's what they say, right? I almost say if it ain't fix it, don't broke it. You know. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. We got there. Hopefully this does not die. I would assume they have a torch or a char or something like that. I mean, char isn't played all that much, but they probably have torch for it. Okay, so it's just Praxis Pledge by the looks. This being on top is kind of upsetting. We are 3 turns away from being able to play all our stuff. I mean, except for Great-Kiln Titan, of course, but we just want this to live. That's all we care about at this point. Oh, no. We draw so many extra cards. We do not want this hitting us. It's actually really, really bad. Oh, never mind. It's fine. We have a Granite in. I was going to say we'd have to chump here. I think we still get in. If they have a way to kill this, they have a way to kill it, and then we're sad. So we don't have any way to interact with the weights.
Take a look.
That's also unfortunate. Oh, that's also really unfortunate because this dies now. Alright, well, that's upsetting. Although we will get to kill the weapon at least. Okay, Purify for 4 is not amazing. It will let us kill this. Where were you a couple turns ago, sir? Could have really used you. Alright, we'll kill this. Get in for 1. We have to kill the weapon. Otherwise our guy dies without any consequence. Well, I guess since we killed the Gunrunner, it would have died in a trade, but we get to keep this around, so potentially could play Heart of the Vault next turn. That's really bad. Although we will kill it with our Heart of the Vault. Jeez. Go wide much? Alright. It's a lot of damage. We actually don't really want to draw a bunch of cards here, but at the same time we kind of do. We also don't really have a choice because we're going to be dead otherwise, so might as well do it. Conflagrate, Insignia, Yushkov. I do like that they cancel each other out by the weights. We will pass here. So we have a way to trade here, or not trade, eat this. Hopefully anyway. They may have a torch. And I think we're going to have to chump as well. That's not good. Putting on the 3/3 almost definitely. Oh, on both of these? Sure. Does that mean we're dead? We obviously have to block this one. It is actually a trade. So we trade here. And we take 6.
Take this, take this.
Very much the opposite of ideal. But it's the situation we're in. Are we just dead here? Maybe not necessarily. Let's see, we can play Heart of the Vault. Killing one of the 1/1s. We can chump, we can trade. We take 1, 2, 3, we go to 1. So we won't be dead. Are we in a good spot? Definitely not. We maybe should have played the Granite Waystone actually, but I like the Purify on top. Having one extra blocker might have been nice. We'll see. If they have like a Psychalis, we're dead anyway. And if they're only swinging these 2, it's really good.
Take a look.
That's the worst. That's actually the worst. Now they can swing with everything and we die. Because we block here, they already have enough. Alright, they got us. Weights was a killer. We probably had a better chance if the weights didn't happen. It was still tough though. I mean, the hand was slow and they were not, so. Alright, here we go for game 3. Close, but not quite. If we had one more power in there, I'd be into it. This has way too much big stuff. Please can we get an even-handed Golem hand? No, but double Sandstorm Titan will work. Amber Coin, not super helpful when we need 2 more Fire Influence and we have Heart of the Vault on top. That's pretty ugly. But again, double Sandstorm Titan is never a bad thing. I suppose we could have Amber Coined. It's probably good to wait to do the pledge. I guess if we do, we miss out on 2 life gained, but I think getting the 1/1 is probably worth it. Just a little extra chip damage. There's a Golem, finally. And another one, perfect. Now we're in business, because we also have a Granite Waystone, so we're 1 fire source away. We will absolutely trade here. Var's favor to the face. Delinquent, okay. What are you discarding? Nothing. Okay, interesting. So, let's Golem... Well, I was going to say let's Golem first, but now I'm thinking maybe we scout to see what we have on top. Maybe it's something we don't want to keep. If we play this first, it'll give us a chance to play another one potentially, or a Wisp. So I think we do it first. Coin, oh god. Well, now we really should have and would have loved to scout first, but it happens. Now I still think it's fine to Crest. We have a Purify on top, that's good. We do have all of the influence we need and pretty much all the power we need. We're currently going to be at 9 with what we have in hand.
You're in the crowd,
okay, press gang. So that's probably going to get the 1-drop twist guy. That's really the only target these days. Purify is a great way to kill that. And we want that dead for sure. We also could have purified this, but I think killing the guy that takes our stuff is a little bit better here. And we can't really swing profitably, so let's just play Fire Sigil and pass the turn. Unfortunate this is on top again when we can't play it. It's still fine. We will probably swing... Interesting. Reclaim. Okay. Oh, that was from the market. That makes sense. So yeah, I think we'll swing, see if they block. Then we have a way to kill with the Heart of the Vault. So that's good. Let's do this. Yeah, this. And then kill this guy. Get a Yushkov for 2. It's pretty sweet. So we're in a pretty good spot here. Would love to find another Purify for this. Plate Maker, okay. Twisting onto this. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, I mean, we'll go for it. That was interesting. Fine with me, though. Let's see. Well, let's get in here. Let's see if they block. Okay. That's really good. And then I think we... Amber Coin. Well, let's play our Yushkov and a Sandstorm Titan. That way we can hopefully just exhaust anything they play. Oh, okay, it's gonna die, but that's fine. We still have a big board. Ah, okay, well, they have answers. So, we can play Power Stone and Heart of the Vault here. I think that is advisable. Knock that thing off. Trailmaker. Oh, Trailmaker for 0 is pretty good too. We gotta sincerely hope that they do not have a Harsh Rule. We do have a Sandstorm Titan still in hand though, and I think we're gonna save that just in case. It doesn't really look like a Harsh Rule type of deck, but it's not impossible to think they would have it.
Run, cowards. You cannot hide.
Okay, I guess we just get in here. Maybe we will play Sandstorm Titan. Torn. Very torn. I'm worried about Harsh Rule. They don't have that many cards in hand. It's only 2. Just don't know for sure if they will have a harsh roll. I think we keep waiting just in case. Delinquent. Discarding Valkyrie Enforcer, really? Well, that's fine with me. I mean, the Enforcer would have been really good for you. Okay, now we have 2 Titans. We're definitely going to be playing that. At least one. And then get our coin here. We'll save the other one just to be safe. Press gang number 2. That is fine.
Spare some coin.
We can stop drawing power pretty much any time here. I think it's just A-space. Let's see. If we A-space, they probably do some amount of double blocking for the big guys. If they don't, they could eat 2 things. So probably like Golem and the 2-1. Actually, they could eat the 2-1 with this. They could eat one of the 1-1s with this. And then they could eat here maybe? They'd still be taking lethal if they did that, so they have to block the big boys. I think we're probably fine with some amount of things getting killed here. We got to put the pressure on them. Makes sense. They may end up swapping this block. We'll see. Okay, double blocking there makes sense. Let's kill this and hope that it doesn't pop right off the top. It'd be very unfortunate. We do have them down to 3. And that is a very good thing. We're going to go ahead and play the Titan and this Granite in. If they have Harsh Rule, good for them. They disguised it well enough. Okay, see what they get off the top from us. That came from us, definitely.
Spare some coin.
Another twist. See what we got.
Thank you.
Might have been another power. Yeah, it's A-space. They have to chump these. They have to chump here, or trade here, I guess. And then trade. They go to 1. They don't have anything left. If they have a harsh rule, I'll be massively upset. Please don't. Okay. Oh, they took that from us. Okay, sure. Sure. They go to 4 and we kill them? Alright. Very nice. That was a good game. On to game 4. This hand, man, if this was a Power Stone instead of a Porcelain Mask, I would probably play it, although it's still kind of risky because we could get stuck on 4, or 3 rather. This is much better. This has a very real shot of getting Sandstorm Titan with 2 Wisps on board. Amber Waystone definitely staying. We need fire sources, but we have 1 from Trailmaker, so we're really just 1 short at the moment. And this Waystone's very good as well because it lets us play one of these things. I think, So if we play Trailmaker, it's going to let us play Titan on 3, but we actually want these down first, so let's play a Wisp. And I think we'll actually play the other Wisp too. Fire Sigil is actually really good too. Yeah, I think we go Wisp here because then I played that incorrectly though. We should have played Wisp and then played Coin because then we could have played Titan next. That's unfortunate. Hopefully we get bailed out? No. Still okay, I think. These might get killed in some way. They don't seem to have any fast spells though.
This will do the trick.
Now we have triple fire also. Very nice. At this point, the Trailmaker might be the target for any kind of removal. We'll see. No, okay. In Cold Blood on a 1-1, I'm fine with that. It is unfortunate we missed out on 2 card draws. That is my bad. I will take the heat on that one. Let's see what else we would have drawn. So it would have been an Amber Coin, and honestly, I think we want that bottom anyway. So Okay, well, we would have liked that Heart of the Vault, actually. Still fine, we can play it next turn. I really wish that I could have one Heart of the Vault that I warp off the top. Oh, okay, we can't play it anyway, there you go. Let's play Yushkov here, I think. We could have drawn some cards, but since we're so close to killing them already, I think putting a little more damage on board is good. And if they play a blocker, we can exhaust it.
Born to rule. I will
Get him to 9. Put him down to 2. Okay, that is fine. And another Amber Waystone. End of the line, okay. And we win. Very nice. So we didn't even need the Golem there. Alright, final match. We are 3-1 currently, and we're 1 win away from gold too, so hopefully we get the win here. Nice. Having a Golem in the opening hand is pretty much exactly what you want. That and having the ability to play it. We have both, so very good situation to be in.
Reporting in.
Okay, we're up against aggro. Good that we have a relatively fast start, I guess you could say, or just low to the ground start with Wisp and with Golem. Champ is an issue. We can get that out of here with Golem, hopefully. It's not a guarantee. They could very easily have Torch. Oh boy, Eternal just crashed. Hold please. Okay, looks like we drew Conflagrate and Trailmaker. Shogun Scepter. Well, that's obnoxious. I guess we have to trade here. The nice thing is we have Conflagrate to kill that. So we will be able to get that out of here. We have to do it. I wish we could play a Trailmaker. It would really help. But at this point, we don't really have a choice. We had to kill that. Okay, well, we're definitely going to die now. With nothing that can get in the way of this, and no removal for it, we're in massive trouble. Waystone doesn't really help. I guess we just play double Trailmaker? I don't even think that's enough. So we are just getting absolutely run over here. And this might be one of the really tough matchups. It's just super hard aggro. I think that's true of pretty much any Golem deck, because you just don't really have a great way to stabilize, and it can be pretty slow. Yeah, looks like we are definitely dead, and we certainly are. We don't have any way to block enough damage, and that's the game. So that was a quick beatdown. And we ended up 3-2, and that has been Even Sentinels. It is a really fun deck to play. I've been really enjoying it. It's been pretty good on ladder. I think there are matchups like that aggro matchup that are really, really tough. Yetis is super strong on ladder still, so that's pretty prevalent as well, and I think that's kind of a tough matchup. You kind of have to hit a lot of your early interaction or have your big stuff down early because of ramp to really be able to stabilize. And we kind of had a chance if the Conflagrate had worked and they hadn't had another champ, but they did, and they often do. So we got a bit unlucky there, I think, but aggressive decks I think are just really tough in general. But 3-2 is still solid, and I think that's a pretty representative finishing record for this deck. Definitely recommend you try it out. It's a ton of fun. I love Evenhanded Golem. It's, like I said, one of my favorite Dark Frontier cards, and definitely recommend any deck that plays it and can do some fun stuff and win some games. They're always fun to play because drawing cards is great in any card game, and especially in Eternal, it's a lot of fun. So definitely recommend you play this deck. And that has been Matty's Deck of the Week, episode 2. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, smash like and subscribe to see more in the future, and I will see you guys in the next one.